Hello everyone and welcome into Camp Confidential Baltimore Ravens. I'm Ryan Yee.
And I'm Lauren Bradford.
And here at the Under Armour Performance Center in Owings Mills, Maryland, 2026 Baltimore Ravens training camp is a go. A new look team, lots to talk about over the next half hour.
There is certainly plenty to catch up on. Last season, the team went into the year with Super Bowl aspirations, but after a 1-5 start, that was off the books. They ended up missing the playoffs for the first time since 2021, cueing it was time for change. Harbaugh is out, making room for new head coach Jesse Minter. After 18 seasons, there's a new man at the helm of the Baltimore Ravens. Jesse Minter returns to the team that gave him his first shot at coaching in the NFL to get his first chance at leading a new team. Minter served as the Los Angeles Chargers defensive coordinator before being named the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens on January 22nd.
That part is awesome, man. It's awesome to, watch our offense operate in a ball security drill or routes on air. To see it go back and forth in team periods of, different sides making different plays. And so, the spring sort of gets your feet wet, but certainly, man, just the appreciation I have for this opportunity on the first day of training camp when you realize, that this is here and that all this is going on and all the fans are here. Much appreciation for the opportunity.
While it may just be year one, the expectations are higher than ever as fans are optimistic about how Minter's vision for the team will translate on the field this fall.
And along with the new head coach, some new jerseys to match for the first time in decades for the Ravens, as they'll be sporting different threads in what they are calling the Next Flight collection. Along with a new matte black helmet, the team has introduced a new midnight purple in their color scheme that will catch the eye of any who see the Ravens take the field this season, even down to the small details, such as Raven wings on the collar, talon-striped pants, among other cool features. And in those new jerseys, the Baltimore Ravens will look to bounce back after what I think many would consider, Lauren, a down season in a 25-26 year.
They certainly are. Camp is that first initial way to prove themselves, but it has to translate on the field. Their first chance to do that is going to happen this preseason. 3 games to give the fans hope for the upcoming season and to give players the chance to earn their spot on the 53-man roster. It all starts right at home on August 15th as the Ravens host NFC powerhouse, the Philadelphia Eagles. Heading the road for Game 2, they'll have to sail past the Minnesota Vikings and return right on home to host a foe just down the road in the Washington Commanders. Final prep is over. It's time for the real show to start.
A real show indeed, Lauren, where the Ravens hit the road to start with a trip to Indy with a matchup against the Colts in Week 1. The Ravens then head back to Baltimore for their home opener in Week 2 against the New Orleans Saints. That starts a 3-game stretch in Maryland with the Dallas Cowboys and Tennessee Titans in Weeks 3 and 4. A 2-game road trip to follow in Weeks 5 and 6, first against the Falcons on Sunday Night Football, and then their first AFC North divisional matchup of the year against the Cleveland Browns. They follow that up with another divisional battle against the Cincinnati Bengals in Week 7, and in Week 8, a marquee Sunday afternoon matchup with the Buffalo Bills, which leads into a shortened week, Lauren.
It may be a shortened week, but at least they're back home sleeping in their own beds before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars on Thursday Night Football. From a short week to maybe a couple extra days off sprinkled in there as they don't play again until Monday Night Football. That'll come against Minter's former team in the Los Angeles Chargers. Back on the road for weeks 11 and 12, taking on the Panthers and Texans before a well-deserved bye in Week 13. Back in action on December 13th against Tampa Bay before closing their regular season out with a slew of important divisional matchups. At Pittsburgh, back home to host the Brownies before hitting the road for Cincy and back again to close out their regular season against their rivals in the Steelers.
And a big factor of the success in the 2026-27 season is going to be the Baltimore Ravens defense. I got a chance to catch up with Tavius Robinson, linebacker for the Ravens, who is entering his 4th year with the team and hopes to make a big impact on the field. You can feel the energy out here. You can feel the fans getting excited for the start of the season. Tell me what training camp has been like for you so far, man.
Yeah, it's been really great. I think as a team, we're getting better every day. We're competing every day, and we're just looking to stack days and become the best team possible for sure.
Competition, right? I think that's one of the big things that I see out there that's happening. Maybe get a little bit heated, but I think it's all for the best for everyone. Iron sharpens iron. So I think the saying that a lot of people are using right now. Tell me about that kind of level of competition out there right now and how people are really pushing you guys to be the best.
Yeah, I think like you said, iron sharpens iron, and we got a bunch of dogs out here fighting every day. So and that's going to make us better. It's going to make every one of us better, and at the end of the day, it's going to make us be a better team. So it's been good.
Expectation. I feel like that's a word that gets thrown around, especially when it comes to the Ravens, just because it's such a high-class organization. There's something that people expect when it comes to the purple and black. So for you, what are those conversations in the locker room as a veteran player about those expectations for the Ravens this year?
Yeah, you know, we all in the locker room, we know where we want to be. We know we want to be playing in February. But at the end of the day, you know, we have to take it one day at a time, one game at a time, and, you know, 1 week at a time to get where we want to be. So that's what we're focused on. We're focused on getting better right now. And if we do that, then we'll end up playing where we want to be. So,
tell me about the dynamic between the veteran guys like yourself and some of the younger guys that are coming through. It wasn't too long that you were a guy, I think like 3 seasons ago that you were coming through. Yeah. So how have you kind of transitioned to maybe a more of a leadership role in that linebacker room and help some of these younger guys kind of fit in?
Yeah, you know, time flies. I remember my rookie year, it all coming at me at once. And, you know, now being year 4, you know, the game has grown. I've gotten better, but it's also on me to, you know, show the young guys, lead the proper way, and bring guys like Zion along. So I think our room has been great. Zion's been great. Mike's been taking big steps, and you know, the addition of Trey as well has been great. So I think, you know, we're gonna have a great room.
A big thanks to Tavius for taking the time to speak with us. But coming up, we catch up with some of the rookies on this Ravens squad, particularly those who once wore the blue and white and now wear the purple and black. Don't go anywhere. Camp Confidential Baltimore Ravens will be right back.
Welcome back to Camp Confidential Baltimore Ravens. Plenty of kids dream of playing college football, much less in the NFL, but that's exactly what 5 former Penn State standouts are doing right now, all fighting to make that final Ravens roster.
Yeah, pretty incredible to see 5 of them here on this roster. I actually got a chance to speak with some of those Penn State rookies back at OTAs about making that transition from the college game to the pros. From State College to Baltimore.
It's been a true honor. I mean, Ravens always had a great defense growing up. So, I mean, just being able to continue and live up to that honor that they left before us, and just being able to do my part and be able to do my job at a high level and make an impact wherever I can.
OTAs begin in the NFL. Nittany Lions turned Ravens. First-round pick Venga Ioane and undrafted free agents Dom DeLuca and Nick Dawkins take the field.
Oh, it's been awesome, man. You know, 6 years in college, you kind of think you know how everything is supposed to go and all that, but obviously there's levels to this stuff. And, you know, just my football knowledge and IQ is already just gradually elevated, being around great players, Ronnie Stanley, obviously, and just, you know, guys that you grew up watching and getting to see how their process, how they operate, finding a new routine here. It's all been amazing in that class organization like the Ravens. I'm just blessed to be here.
Continuing their transition from the college ranks to the pros.
I'd definitely say the size and the speed of everyone. I mean, just everyone moving at a faster speed. Everyone's here for a reason, and it's understandable. Like, you got to have your best when the best is required, and that's every day here in every rep.
Tapping into everything they learned in the blue and white.
It's nothing unfamiliar that I'm not familiar with. Like, I've been through the same road before in college, and just be able to put my head down and work and ask those questions like I did, but just at a different level now and understanding it the way they see it, the coaches see it, the players see it. So just be able to do my job and make an impact wherever I can, special teams, defense, doing whatever, being a water guy, I don't care. Like, I'll do whatever I need to do to be able to learn and become a great player.
Both past and present.
My locker's right next to Amani, and I watched him at Penn State, but I didn't, you know, meet him or anything like that. And like, hey, you played at Penn State? Yeah. And then like that connection just transcends because he's been in the league for a long time. So now I'm asking him, like, you know, how do you stay in the league? Like, what do I got to do? What are the little things? What are little things that I can take from you to make sure I stay in the league for a long time? And it's been awesome because, you know, Penn Staters help Penn Staters.
In hopes of leaving a lasting impression on the coaching staff in the purple and black.
Venga's a beast, and man, he's got a really bright future, but the best thing about him is just how hard he works and how serious he takes his craft. And so every day, he does something, he comes back, it's a little bit better the next time. And so he's, again, the epitome of the draft class, you know, in that sense, and the type of guy you want on the offensive defensive line.
Taking it one day at a time.
Really settle in and be able to understand, like, all right, I'm here for a reason, and they're helping me achieve that reason. And just being able to go about my day-to-day life and acting like a pro, like we always preached about at Penn State and here. So just being able to keep that up and work at a high level.
And Lauren, you got a chance to catch up with former Penn Stater Nick Dawkins here at training camp to get the latest.
Yeah, just last year, Dawkins was taking the field at Beaver Stadium for Penn State. Now he's one of 3 guys in the class of 26 that are hoping to make this roster for the Ravens. Here's a look at our conversation. How's it been being out at training camp? What's that experience been like?
Yeah, I mean, obviously sweaty. I mean, if you can't see it now, but it's been good. It's been great to learn from guys. It's been great to play other positions. You know, my whole college career I played center, so being able to play all 3 inside, left guard, right guard, and center has been very beneficial, and to learn from the vets has been even better. So, you know, I'm appreciative of this opportunity and how training camp's gone thus far.
Who have been kind of those vets that you've looked to so far?
Yeah, easily Danny Pinter, Jovan Gwynn. Both of those guys have just been such a help and, you know, encouraging me and helping me learn the game further. Learning from John Simpson as well. You know, did great things with the Jets last year and played with one of my former teammates, Olu Fashanu, and now, you know, he spoke highly on his character, and being able to see it now is even better. So learning from those guys has just been it's been amazing to see how they play football and how they're able to coach me up and teach me all the wisdom that they have.
How much do you think that you've grown as a player from, you know, when you wrap up at Penn State to where you are today?
Significantly. You're able to get away with things in college that you just can't get away with when you're playing against the best of the best. Obviously, professional football is the highest level you can play the game. And, you know, just little things like leaning on punches and certain, like, you know, you get exposed for that stuff at this level. So it's definitely humbling, but nonetheless, it's all been just super beneficial to make me a better player.
New coach, new stadium? Well, not quite, but M&T Bank Stadium got a much-needed facelift this offseason. More on what changes fans can anticipate for the 2026 season is coming up when Camp Confidential returns.
Welcome back to Camp Confidential. Baltimore Ravens fans heading to M&T Bank Stadium this season are in for a treat as it finished the final phase of a 3-year renovation project. Earlier this year, I got an inside look into what fans can expect when they head to Baltimore this season. Ravens fans flocking to Baltimore this upcoming football season are in for a treat.
We put the in-bowl experience up against any stadium out there, but giving these experiences, our fans were asking for it more. And we realized that's where we needed to focus a lot of our time.
The third and final phase of the Baltimore Ravens, the Next Evolution renovation project, is underway. A new grand entrance, upgraded amenities, and more, all set to be complete this fall.
The idea was to give Baltimore a world-class facility. We believe this positions Baltimore to have one of the great stadiums in the world.
And the changes fans will see here in M&T Bank Stadium is for one mission: to make the game day experience an unforgettable one for both those in Baltimore and those traveling from outside the city.
How can we make the stadium experience, the game day experience, a can't miss experience, and just make it amazing? We think ours already is one of the best experiences in global sport, and it's going to continue to stay that way based on these investments.
A #1 experience for what the Ravens believe is a #1 fan base.
Creating spaces where people want to be in the stadium, be loud, be together, create that community. We want those decibels, no doubt.
The culmination of a 3-year plan that brings this year's anticipation to kickoff to another level.
It's going to be pretty great to see how the fans react to some of these spaces. Very excited for it.
A look into some really cool off-season upgrades to M&T Bank Stadium. It's been a couple months now since Ryan got that tour, joined here by Brad Downs, Ravens Senior Vice President of Marketing. Brad, what's the latest? What are the updates on the upgrades?
Well, there's a lot new in the off season. Thanks for being here, first of all. Another exciting training camp. But yeah, we had a lot of new things this off season. that we're excited about, but certainly the upgrades at the stadium, we're really excited for our fans to experience at our first preseason game next week. So it's been a very busy offseason.
What would you say are some of the biggest things that some of those fans should be looking forward to when they're getting back into M&T Bank next week?
You know, the exciting thing, this is the third year of a 3-year renovation phase to evolve M&T Bank Stadium. And the exciting part about this year is that all of the renovations this year are really targeted at general admission fans. So all of our fans in the building will be able to engage with these. We've built an entirely new North Plaza at the stadium to give fans a destination before they get to their seat, to take in some music, tailgate in the footprint, if you will, and then make their way in. So we've got a couple venues out there, a sports bar and an open air tailgate venue and concert stage. And then one of the things I'm most excited about, we've expanded our upper level on the north side. So we've bumped that out to create a destination we're calling the Overlook. That overlooks the city, it overlooks that new plaza, but it really gives our upper level PSL owners, our perch PSL owners, as we call them, a destination up there. You know, the concourses were a little bit crammed, so we gave them a place to go if they want to go in a little bit early. There's a bar in there, there's some food service right around there. And then we expanded the restroom capacity in the upper level by about 30%. So really trying to cut down on those pain points for our fans that we've listened to all these years, and that always is top of mind for them. So we're doing as much as we can to impact their experience in a positive way.
I know the media got a look at it. Has anyone else gotten a look at it? Have you gotten any feedback from anyone so far?
Yeah, so we have had a couple of preview events, and then we've had Morgan Wallen. We had 2 nights of Morgan Wallen right after it was open, so we didn't really do too much in the space, but fans could definitely explore and check it out. And the response has been tremendous, and that's with really just opening the doors. So we're excited for next week's preseason game to really turn everything on and let our fans really start to explore the space.
You touched on Morgan Wallen. Obviously, that's quite a big event at the stadium. What are some other events that might be going on at M&T Bank coming up here?
Yeah, so with this 3-year renovation, we've kind of been out of business for the last 3 years because every spare moments in the schedule we're committed to renovations. So it's exciting to be back in business in the non-Ravens events, the third-party events as we call them. So to have 2 nights of Morgan Wallen, we've got 2 nights of BTS coming up. Which is going to be a tremendous crowd. And then some fun events like rugby, the All Blacks and Springboks, which is a great rivalry. So we're excited to have that.
Well, you can't have a training camp without the fans. Coming up, we join the Ravens flock who are in full force to cheer on the boys getting ready for the fall. Camp Confidential Baltimore Ravens will be right back.
Welcome back to Camp Confidential Baltimore Ravens. Lauren, we cannot end the show without talking about the fans who have been in full force here at training camp. And let me tell you, adds really a whole nother atmosphere to everything that's going on here.
It certainly does, but let's just wait until they get back into M&T Bank Stadium. That place is absolutely electric during this season. They may be coming off a tough year, but there is a ton of optimism within the fans between off-season additions, extensions. They're as confident as ever in what this group can do come the fall.
Fans are flocking to Owings Mills to catch a glimpse of the 2026 Baltimore Ravens.
My dad popped the question on Tuesday. I was like, yes!
We love coming out to see all the new players, all the new uniforms, all the excitement. We cannot wait for the season to start.
After a disappointing season last year, fans are optimistic heading into a new season with a new leading man. First-year head coach Jesse Minter now at the helm in Baltimore.
I'm very grateful for Tyler Luke for missing that field goal because now we get rid of Harbaugh. But I'm feeling very positive. Ravens going 15-2. Mark my words.
15-2, and then what in the postseason?
Super Bowl champs all the way.
Ravens are going to win the Super Bowl.
While the on-field product is what everyone is here for, there are some fun fan experiences you won't want to miss.
It's just great seeing all of the black and purple, where you can just go up and say, hey, let's go Ravens, and high five somebody.
A community built based on one thing, a shared love of their Baltimore Ravens.
Let's go Ravens.
Go Ravens. Go Ravens. Go Ravens.
Well, that'll do it for Camp Confidential Baltimore Ravens. I don't know about you, Ryan, but after everything we've seen, this is certainly not a team I would underestimate going into this season.
Yeah, I think a lot of fans would agree with you. A lot of the atmosphere that we saw today, it's going to be a good one. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, had a lot of blast covering this team. Thank you to the Ravens for hosting us here at training camp. We'll see you next time.